Yes, chat, we are actually late today. We are late today. Today's IT lesson was actually about streaming, essentially. And it wasn't just for the kids. Today's IT lesson was for all three people. So we've actually been in the studio because Luce is getting used to the stream deck again and the setup ready for AOS Mondays in the near future. So I'm sorry, because we left later than I expected to leave because the kids were actually really into it as well. So we left later than I intended to and rushed home. Luce got dinner on. I've just burnt my tongue and finished about 3 minutes ago. So I'm sorry. Anyway, we are here. I did my usual now. I say usual. It's 2 weeks, so I don't know if I can call it a usual yet. But we put a poll up on the home page, on the Facebook page. Sorry, we put up YouTube page. We put a poll up for all of you Huskals and above to vote on. Gave some options, and today people picked for me to paint. So we're going to be doing some of that tonight. So if you're hobby along with us, stick it on a postcard. Let us know what you're doing. If you haven't already, please make sure you smash all those magical YouTube buttons for us. Hit the like button if you enjoy the content. Smash subscribe if you haven't already, and hit that bell notification icon. I think, looking at what YouTube have said to me, members logically should be okay tonight.
Oh, they got back to you?
They're not giving me good answers, though. I'll warn you all now, they're not giving me good answers. Yes, and thank you for the one gifted. In fact, they give me shit answers, but... And when I've challenged them, and I've challenged them quite aggressively, they've basically gone, what do you want us to do? Fix your shit.
That's when we need to go, George, get over here, George.
Honestly, it's fucking unbelievable. It's unbelievable. But I didn't really... I'm going to be honest, I didn't really expect anything different because we're small fry, right? So ultimately, I didn't think it would be any different. But hey, having trouble super chatting on Android happening at the same time the whole broken gifted thing started. It's just YouTube being fucking dog shit at the moment, and there's not a lot I can do. Unfortunately, I rely on them. So just 50 gifted, Farmer George, and it'll be fine. Your cows don't need to eat this week, do they? He'll be fine.
Engagement booster.
Yeah, thanks, Yeston, for the two. Yeston's done some research as well, by the way, about the drop in views and subs and all that kind of stuff that's going on. And it's to do with the algorithm moving to some kind of AI model type thing. Or so, I don't know. I don't know the exact detail. Long and short of it is, likes, comments, super chats, gifteds, all boost the algorithm now. And... more than I think what used to be, I can't remember. Anyway, so if you want to gift and super chat and specifically also comment after the stream, which is free, I think on the last stream I replied to every single person. So thank you so much, and thank you Sam, and thank you Farmer George for your gifteds. You're amazing. I'm gonna get started on this painting because I actually want to paint tonight. So those of you who do or don't know, I'll zoom this out a bit. Those of you that do or don't know, there's a painting competition at Beachhead, right? And I want to enter it. And I've got Lucius to enter it with, but I want to practice before I start working on Lucius. And so that's what I'm going to basically be doing tonight. And I actually want to get some painting done. And although I could probably talk for a bit longer than normal, the other issue that I have is...
back to painting ultramarines. Because reasons.
Of course, good man, thank you for the two. The other reason for that is because... I got to go to the gym tonight. I go to the gym now after stream on a Monday, so I need to get started because I can't just afford to keep going until like 11:30 or whatever. Thank you so much, Stefan, for the one gifted. We're on 4, chat. We're on 4. You're all amazing. Well, mostly. If you hear that noise as well, that's normal, don't worry. Can you explain the wet palette? Yeah. So you've got wet palettes, you've got dry palettes, right? Dry palettes is something ceramic or a tile of some sort. Oh, that's disgusting in there. A wet palette, you have a membrane, a thin membrane on the top. You have a sponge underneath with water that you keep wet. And so when you logically put your paint on the palette, it keeps it moist. And so your paint doesn't dry out. Now, I don't use enough water underneath to keep it moist forever. I don't like the way they have them super wet, but I can reactivate this paint now with water. and use it again if I want to. So this paint is fucked. I think I can't use it. This came from the studio today because I was like, oh, I wonder if I can use this grey sear as the base. But I think it's absolutely buggered. So I don't think... Can't even get the lid to shut properly because of all this gunk on the inside. I don't think this is going to be usable, I'll be honest. I don't have my ball bearings to put inside. I think we're going to chin it off because of time. I think we'll jump back on the Celestra Grey base instead.
Moist.
Moist. Great word. Who doesn't love the word moist? Thank you for the $5, Tony. You're a legend. So far, the gifteds are working.
Moist.
Moist. Quite moist, isn't it? So, we have the start of a Flawless Blade here. I need to move this members tracker box out of the way. Move that there. We have the start of a Flawless Blade here, chat, right? What I'm starting with is all the areas that I want pink. And you'll see that they're not pink, they're grey. Because I don't want to paint the pink onto black because I don't think it will look great and it won't saturate well. So we're starting with the grey. We're putting on thin coats of Celestial Grey. I started this on Saturday. Although something magical happened on Saturday. Luce planned for the kids what she called a board day, right? Which basically means you're not allowed screens.
Moist Gollum Spore Bag.
Gollum Spore. Thanks, Dave. So essentially, the board day is you can't have screens, you can't have TV, you can't have computer.
No, they can have TV, but it's one film only. None of this, like, flitting between platforms. It's pick a film, put the remote down.
And so my eldest, 4 years ago, I want to say, 3-4 years ago, expressed an interest in Warhammer, specifically in Age of Sigmar. We got him some Blazer Core models because that's what he picked. He did a bit of building, did a bit of painting. He very quickly lost interest for a number of reasons. And eventually said, I don't want it anymore. I'm okay if you get rid of it, sell it on or move it on or something. Okay, cool, fine. And I was going to pass it on to his cousin. And then I don't know why. There was something about it. I was like, I feel the urge to keep hold of this. I really want to keep hold of it. So I did. I kept hold of it. And then on the board day...
Who is playing who this weekend? Which armies are being used? Bombardment. I'm painting a Salamander Repulsor and Gladiator Lancer.
Ooh. Big tanks for Mr. the Pritters. The games are me and Paddy on Tuesday, and I think it's Paddy on Tom on Thursday. Joe's decking both days, which he's definitely not happy about. What was I saying? Yeah, so he and thank you, Pritters, by the way, for $5. Armies wise, no idea, by the way, not yet. So he came to me on the board day or the day before the board day, and he started asking about Warhammer. I said to him, "We still got your models. We still have them." "Oh, have you?" So we went into the what is the spare room essentially, dug out the box, and then he started asking lots more questions. And now he's a bit older. And he kind of comprehends and understands a bit better. There's suddenly an interest there. Anyway, long story short, on said board day, he sat here for a good couple of hours after I taught him how to airbrush base coats, and not Pete, sorry, Pete. Sorry, Pete. I apologise. I'm sort of trying to paint and talk and pay attention to you lot at the same time. If you could super chat your own names at the start of... No, I'm joking. Yeah, so I taught him to airbrush base colours. He then sat here for a good couple of hours and painted 3 Blades of Corn miniatures. and seemed to enjoy the process and was quite happy with the results, which was really lovely actually. I had planned to do a lot of this model's base coating on that day because I didn't think the pole would let me do it as the model I wanted to paint today. And I ended up not doing any of that because he was sat here for so long, but I was like, no one scare him off.
Yeah, it's like a deer.
No one scare him off.
Don't move.
Yeah. So yeah, that was amazing for a day actually. So what we do now is I'm putting on Celestra Grey as a base coat. What I wanted to use was Grey Seer, but I left Grey Seer in the studio because Grey Seer gives you a slightly better coverage than Celestra Grey and it's slightly brighter, but this will do for now. I'm getting the Celestra Grey on everywhere and I'm not actually going to leave it Celestra Grey. What I'm going to do is put the pink on top of this. And once the pink's then on, I'll tidy up the black. So at the moment we're being quite liberal and loose. Painting like a grey or a white onto black is fine because you can paint the black over and tidy it right up. Painting black onto white is where you have to be really careful. But yeah, the oldest might be getting into Warhammer. Way. Much excited. I think the grey is probably strong enough after this coat dries to start putting the pink onto there. Thank you for the $5, Big Bad Pig. Anyway, sorry for calling you Britters. Although Britters is also a wonderful human, so it's not really an insult. But if you are donating, I probably should get your name right. For the rest of you, at least, we've just got to catch up the members from the last, 3 streams. So if you could do that, that'd be great. And don't worry, Joe and I will absolutely be talking about Terminator Box tomorrow. Because he'll have opinions, I also have opinions, and my opinions is I'm fucking bored of generic Space Marine releases. And I feel legitimately quite sorry for people like Drakari players and Grey Knight players. It is a bit of a kick in the nuts for them, isn't it? Beautiful. What's your next project be? Dempsey Mechanicus or Astronaut Time? That's a really hard choice. Tony, thank you for the 5 gifted, by the way. Did I say, Tony, thank you for the 5 gifted? Thank you so much for the 5 gifted, Tony Willick. You're going to catch me out tonight, chat, because I'm not fully with it. Do you like the sound of a shaking paint? If they can hear it. You can't be mad about Terminators. I'm not mad about Terminators. Because new Space Marine Assault Terminators is needed, but I just... Sometimes I feel like there's a massive middle finger that gets given to a proportion of the player base compared to Space Marine players.
Did you hear aliens have been visiting us for decades? It's just they landed in Australia and got fucked by the local wildlife.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Thank you for the $10, Will. Anything that lands in Australia gets fucked by the local wildlife. Now I'm doing this flawless blade because I really want to do Lucius, but I need to figure out my colours first. I don't want to practice on the live model that I want to paint for tournament competition. So we're starting with the nice cheeky Lucius to see if I can figure out my techniques and my palette and my colours. We'll go from there. I was looking for tutorials as well. I really couldn't find a tutorial that I loved, so I am going to quite literally be making this up as I go along.
I didn't think a voice would be as important to me as it is.
On a tutorial?
Yeah, because I'm looking at the knitting or the sewing. I didn't think I would be bothered by the voice.
But it's a but.
Yeah, there was a really beautiful hat, and it was a knit along, which YouTube, it's what a fantastic resource to learn things. It's the whole see it, do it thing. I've never been a visual, not a visual. Is it visual or is it kinetic? Yeah, I've never been a visual learner. I need to see it being done so then I can. And especially things like knitting, how you hold the wool, do you know what I mean? So I thought I wouldn't be bothered about the voice. But this really beautiful hat, she said so many times you could turn it into a drinking game.
Yeah.
And then there's one lady, she's got a really lovely voice. I think her channel's called Lovely Yarns or something. It's American.
Liam, what colors, brand, brush are you using?
The brand is super easy for this particular model. Everything I'll paint on this model will be Citadel, apart from the black, which will be Army Painted Matte Black. The first colour, so I base coated black with Vallejo Airbrush primer. I've then blocked in all the bits I wanted to be pink with Celestra Grey, so I have a bright base to work with before applying pink. You can apply the pink direct to black. You're going to get a lot of layers required to kind of get any kind of strong colour, and you might not get the tone you want because the pinks I'm using are all layer paints. They're all semi-translucent, right? Whereas I don't know if there is a strong pink base actually. You maybe be able to do it off of a red. But I want to do it off of white to get a real nice vibrant pink colour. So I'm starting currently with Pink Horror. And I've got 3 pinks I'm going to work through. I've got Pink Horror, then I've got Emperor's Children, then I've got Fulgrim. Or is it the other way around? I can't remember which way around that goes. So that's what we're using tonight. And then when we add other colours to the rest of the miniature later on, for like flesh and stuff, we'll talk through those as we go. But like I've got bright flesh colours like Rakarth Flesh. Kind of give it that that chaosy kind of flesh vibe rather than like a real rich flesh tone, because these are kind of demonic in places. Brushes as well. My favourite brushes in the world are Winsor & Newton's. This is a Winsor & Newton. It's a Series 7 miniature brush hence the tip's so tiny. And this one that I do most of my work with is a 2. So you know, I have zeros and double zeros and triple zeros and all sorts, but I just prefer the 2. And you can get a nice point on a 2, and you can do most of it even with that. Sometimes if I'm going to go in for a really like tight edge highlight somewhere, I'll switch to like a 0 maybe. But for the most part, I just use a 2 for everything. Now, this might not be best advice for competition painting, and I might actually not be very good at competition painting, but the lunatic sat opposite me has told me that she thinks I should enter a painting competition.
Yeah.
So when I enter one and it goes horribly wrong and I fail and come bottom, and my soul is crushed and my confidence is knackered and I don't want to paint a miniature ever again for the rest of my life, it will in fact be Lucy's fault.
That's fine.
Going back to what you were saying.
Me?
Yeah, audio for me is one of the most important things in content.
Well,
so I can watch a YouTube video that's got average video but great audio. I can't watch one that's got great video, terrible audio.
I really didn't think I'd be bothered by somebody's voice because I just put the subtitles on anyway, so I could mute it, see the skill, have the subtitles on. But the woman, I'm pretty sure it's Lovely Yarns. Her voice is really comforting. And it's just knitting. There's nothing profound going on. But her rate of talking is nice. Her pitch is nice. Honestly didn't think that would bother me. Your voice is your voice.
That makes a difference. 100%.
Yeah.
I think you'll be happy you put your project. Well, so I've come to realise that I'm just not a good army painter. I set ridiculously unreasonable standards for my miniatures that I paint, which is just not conducive with getting an army painted. And I have a Joe. So strictly speaking, I don't need to get an army painted because I have a Joe. But I actually quite enjoy painting, and that enjoyment goes away when I put the pressure on of having to paint a whole army. So if I'm painting models for competition, you're talking about a couple of models here and there. I feel like I get the enjoyment of painting, I get the enjoyment of putting lots of effort into the painting without the stress of trying to paint a whole army. Now, I don't think I'm ever going to be a person who wins trophies, but I think I'd enjoy the learning process and the improvement process, and you know, playing with different colours. And I think it helps itch my ADHD scratch when I can switch between different models, because I'm not army painting, I'm painting for competition. So you could do a vampire, and then you could do a space marine, and then you could do an orc, and then you could do a dwarf, and then you could do I don't know, a goblin of some sort. You know, you just change it up whenever you feel like it. That really appeals to me, actually. Maybe, just maybe, I could also come up with techniques that would speed up my painting, which means that maybe army painting becomes more
pleasurable.
Accessible, I think is probably the word I would go for. Pleasurable definitely fits. Like you'd enjoy it more if you speed it up, and you don't have to take. Because sometimes I spend ages and ages and ages doing a highlight or doing a blend. I take a step back and look at it and go, I'm really happy with that. It looks really nice. And then I think to myself, fuck, I've got to do it again.
And again, and
And
again.
again, and again, and again.
I guess the trick is then to not overcomplicate the first model.
Well, I can't do that because I like to overcomplicate and make them as fancy as we can. Which is why with the Eldar, like painting an Eldrad and painting the Autarch, I did it. I painted the characters. And I was really into it. And then painting the units, I struggled like fuck with the Wraithguard. So that's why what I did, I just told Joe to paint the bases of all the unit models the same way that I would paint my bases, and then guess what? They can do the units, I can do the fancy characters. That really appeals to me. So I'm being quite rough at this stage. I don't know if you guys can see. But I'm being quite rough at this stage because I don't really care too much where I get this pink. As long as I cover the bits I want to cover. The black is going to get painted black anyway. So I'm just getting this on to saturate it. First layer is on. So a Terminator box is nice if you don't have any, or just have 5 from the launch box. Terminator box is decent in general, and the amount of people that will have current assault Terminators that will want to replace them. Lucy, you're a practical learner.
Yeah, I am. Yeah.
Did Luce find her magic coin gold bust thing finally? No. I don't think it exists, Carl.
No. Oh, I forgot about that. Why would you do that to me, chat? I have to turn the laptop on now.
Not even the wider chat, specifically it's Carl.
Hang on, let me get my phone.
All right.
Just remembered something.
Spring, you think is one gifted. It is currently giving them out, chat, so we can currently ride the gifted train. Thank you, Liam, for the encouragement that you mentioned painting a vampire, etc. Almost finished painting a rogue vampire in armour for AOS D&D. That sounds amazing. What did you remember on the phone you had to look at?
I thought, is it actually an art attack thing because it's a big gold coin? But no.
So your phone looking was in fact going back to the gold coin topic.
Yes, thank you very much, Carl.
That we've basically discovered doesn't exist.
I'm beginning to think it doesn't.
Doing a little bit of tidying up because I'm a person who needs to see a model staying neat all the way through the process. To my own detriment. Whilst I'm waiting for the pink to dry, I'm going to try and block in some of this black again.
Is the comp strictly GW paints only? Was going to suggest an AC metallic purple for the armor to make it pop. I like your choices so far, BTW.
No, the painting competition is run by Beachhead. There is no affiliation with Games Workshop, so you can use whatever you want. I just much prefer Games Workshop paints to anything else. AK Interactive do have some beautiful metallics, as does Scale 75. But I'm also not a huge fan of most metallic paints either. That's the problem I find. And I really don't like... I really struggle with like metallic armor.
What are you doing at the gym tonight?
Crying. I don't want to go, but now I have a gym buddy, you see, so now I have to go.
Mm-hmm. I did some rebounding last week, and the video I chose, she pretty much only comments on the lady to her left. And I was going to comment in this comment section and go, poor Carol.
Gets bullied.
Yeah, she doesn't mention anyone else about their form or like mind your spacing or try not to use your energy in bursts, try and keep a good pace because it's high, it's steady high cardio, I think they call it.
Mm-hmm.
Because HIIT training is not my friend.
It is good though, HIIT training is good.
Yeah. I don't like it.
Oh, hey, Mr. Carl, how are you? There's a couple of lines here, I'm not entirely sure how I'm gonna...
I need to get back on my water drinking. I've properly fallen off the wagon. When getting out of a chair feels like trying to set up a deck chair for the first time that summer. That's when you go, I might be dehydrated. I shouldn't have joints this creaky.
The amount of people that will whinge about tiredness or fatigue or weight loss and they just aren't drinking enough water.
Yeah.
It makes such a change just to be hydrated properly. Like a huge change. I can't see that properly. Where's my spunk deflector's gone? If you want to competition paint and you're told you should probably wear glasses for things that are really close to your eyes, it helps if you wear them. It is grim, but it works. Okay. I always have to think to myself as well that this cleaning up part here isn't massively important. This is just for me. Otherwise I'll spend ages cleaning up something that I'm probably going to get some more paint on in a minute anyway. It's absolutely just a me requirement. And it's arguably a complete waste of time as well. There is something, however, about the challenge of being super neat that I quite like. Happily ingesting Indian takeaways. That's my hit. That's a great hit, Dave. What flesh colours do you guys use? I haven't really ever properly painted flesh, to be fair. So this is going to be an interesting one, this particular miniature. Because there's quite a lot of flesh on this guy. I'm going to be starting with Rakar. A real kind of pallid, paley kind of flesh. What I'm not yet sure exactly is how I'm going to shade it. haven't figured that part out yet, Dave. That's a future me problem.
I'm feeling proper frazzled after my refresher.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's not my environment, so I feel like it drains me twice as fast.
Just pressing buttons though.
Yeah, I know.
You've got to listen to the chat sometimes to learn that producing a live stream is just pressing buttons.
Yeah, but you got to press them at the right time.
I don't know. I think Joe's proven that you don't. Joe has imperfect timing. What do you mean, Dave? He hasn't got any timing at all. This bit in here is going to be a real challenge to get done neatly and to a comp standard. I guess if it was easy, everybody would do it. It's really hard to get in there and do it neat. Okay, we've done a level of neating up here. I often use the neating up stages as well to kind of learn about the parts of the model that are going to be a fucking challenge. So when you're neating things up, when you go, oh, I've painted that bit pink, for example, and then I go to neaten it up and I get a splodge of black on it, and I go to paint it pink again and I get a splodge of pink on the black, you're like, cool, you're going to be a problem. You kind of learn that it's going to be areas where you're going to have to be extra careful. And then they're the rare occasions where I might bring out the smaller brush. This might be a greater challenge than I thought, chat. The crazy tired eyes aren't helping. Okay. Okay. So lesson number 1 with Emperor's Children. Pink is going to be a harder colour to be neat than I thought. Not a huge surprise. Not a huge surprise. It is what it is. For pink-based encouragement, a cheeky little members train would be greatly appreciated. We are somehow still sat hard on 9 right now. We've not even made double figures yet, team. And I do have to stop in 35 minutes ready for the gym. No, I know you all love us more than 9 members.
Always wondered why good paints wick the paint off on their thumbs. Can you explain?
Just copy everyone else. Yeah, so when I get right. When I add a blob of paint to the palette, I then add some water to thin it down. Okay. Once I've added some water to thin it down, it's obviously on a wet palette at the same time. I'm gonna lick my brush because I'm a brush licker to get to a point.
Brush licker.
Can you see that point? You can't really see the point. Right, once the brush is at a point, You can pick up more paint. Now I twist the brush as I pick up paint on my brush. I don't know if you guys can see that because the camera's not being great here. There's a splodge of paint on the brush. So what I do then is I use my hand and I twist as I do that, and I end up with a very sharp point with just paint on it.
I've only got one member to give, but you can have it.
Thank you, Silence Falls. Thank you, Yeston. Thank you, Rama Clock, for the one gifted each. We're on 14. Did I miss another one in there somewhere? That's 3. That should get to 12. Did I miss 2 more? The springies. I didn't add that one. That's lying. That's not fair, is it? Should be 12. Thank you so much, you wonderful humans, for the members. Anyway, we're up to 13. Hard crowd tonight, Luce. So now I have that perfect point. When I come in to do something precision, like for example in this join here, because my point is so accurate, I can put the paint exactly where I want it to go. I basically use my thumb to remove excess paint off and get that perfect point. That's what I do it for anyway. There's painters much better than I do that also do it, and there's probably a bunch of different reasons, but that's just what I do it for. Oh, Mr. Cooney, he come in with 5 gifted loose.
No.
He's a legend, isn't he?
He is.
We were at the Arsenal game yesterday, Chris. How'd you feel about it? I think I saw on Twitter that you were there. I basically use my thumb essentially to make sure my consistency is right. Thank you for 5 gifted, Chris. Anyway, you're an absolute fucking legend. I don't really think I'm in a place at the moment where I can give them back to you, but I appreciate you. Yeah, they're getting Wesley relief for the point. Could always be worse, mate. You could be a Saints fan. You could be a New Orleans Saints fan. Is that good or bad? If it's American football or basketball or baseball reference, you're going to need to add context for me. this season's very bad. No one likes to see their team do badly. It sucks. The Saints are having some problems in the winning department right now. Preach. Over here too.
Oh my god, I'm tired.
You're saying we should skip our exercise tonight?
Yeah.
You're saying I should let someone down?
I think if I just go to bed and dream that I'm exercising, that also counts.
Why? Are you going to be your legs running in your sleep?
Yeah.
So they're actually moving in real life?
Yeah.
Can you prove that you do that?
I don't need to prove to anyone anything.
Have we not recently celebrated a significant weight loss?
Yeah.
Should we not keep doing the things that mean we lose weight?
Well, sleeping isn't eating, so sleeping's fine.
Sleeping's also not exercising, is it?
But it's not eating.
It's not exercising either, is it? Do your exercise, and you can have the reward of bedtime.
What? Otherwise you're going to make me stay awake all night.
I can arrange. $100 gifted memberships, chat, and Lucy do our exercise. Her fitness is now in your hands.
God, no.
We're on 18, actually.
Oh, yeah, you were going to check if there was football on the 7th of December.
I will, but I'm currently on air. Sixth of December, you're at home to Birmingham. Thanks, Kenny.
On the 6th?
Yeah, it's a Saturday, isn't it?
Oh, so the 7th is a Sunday?
Yeah, if the 6th we're at home to Birmingham, then I assume so.
Okay.
Unless he's telling me that we've got a home game on a Friday.
Is that a thing?
It happens, yeah. Especially if it's televised.
Oh no, the 7th is a Sunday. Oh, okay. God, it's not that far away.
Stop it.
I saw my first Christmas advert on the telly today.
Stop it.
I know.
Don't want to fucking hear it. I don't particularly care for Halloween, but we absolutely shouldn't do Christmas adverts before Halloween's done.
It does feel much earlier than last year. Although there was mince pies on the shelf in Morrison's about a month ago. So, Garsty said maybe last week or the week before, he had mince pies that had a sell-by date of Halloween, I think. Halloween's actually my Christmas pudding day. That's when I make my Christmas pudding. But traditionally, I think it's some day in November that's traditionally Christmas pudding day.
You saw Christmas out at the beginning of August. Did you report the charity authorities? Okay. This is getting slowly nicely saturated.
I'm just going to grab some more wool.
When you're out there, can you grab some members too? We're short.
She's looking so cozy on her bed. I'm jealous.
Is Joe going to win any games this week, do we think? Well, he's not playing, so no. So, Strobbing Fish, thank you for the one gifted. We might even make it to 20 at this rate. Thank you, dude. What a hero. Absolute legend. Thank you, mate. What's Lou's hobbying? She's knitting as usual.
Yup.
Diary date lookup assistant. Yeah, that's what you can do for me. What am I doing on the 14th of June next year, Kenny? Love that noise. I'm going to be in the gym with paint all over my hands. They're going to look at me like I've been on some mad rave. Knitting my socks. No, Dave. Not knitting my socks.
Do some meditation. Exercise for the mind.
That sounds like a cop-out. Biggie, thank you for the one gifted. We hit 20. We can do it, I believe. I believe! Just 4 lots of 20 now and we're good. I'm just blocking in these panels here because honestly painting with the black-white blotches from where the arms used to come was annoying me. That's how mental my brain is sometimes. good. Right. So I'm actually reasonably okay with the base of pink horror there. So now I'm going to move on to layering up to Emperor's Children now. And it's a pain because I've had to put 3 coats of Celestial Grey on, and then 2 to 3 coats of pink horror, and now I'm going to go in with Emperor's Children, but I think it'll be worth it for the end colour. It's a great noise, isn't it?
Does that mix the paint?
Yeah. The Vortex mixer.
Oh.
Beautiful. A Vortex mix is one of these, Dave. Just fucking turn my audio off here. Hang on. How's it just broke my sound system? There you go. One of these. Right, when you put your finger on the thingy. So you take your paint pot and you go, or upside down, and it mixes your paint. That's what a Vortex mixer is.
Don't you use the ball bearings anymore?
No, that was before I leveled up to a Vortex mixer. I'd rather be painting right now, but I'm doing the dishes. Get them brownie points in, Mikey. "20 gifted memberships, right? And I'll write you a personal excuse note as to why you can't do the dishes." So we're doing the early work here with the white and the pink, sorry, the grey and the pink horror. This is going on much nicer than it would have done straight onto black. It's much brighter, cooler pink. There's a lot less warmth in it. What's more about? Right, chat, you've got 12 minutes and only 80 members to go. Adrian, thank you for 5 gifted, you fucking legend. Adrian! How's the hobby garage coming on, man? How's the kids? How's the twins? Adrian's a twins, isn't he?
Mm-hmm.
I thought so.
Because he thought having one at a time was just too easy.
He did. Thank you so much for 5 gifted. Now I'll drop the tracker in 2 seconds. Amazing. I can't be late out tonight though.
I wanted to research this yoga actually that helps you release trauma stored in the body.
That's called beer.
So I might do that because when I had my therapy, she touched on my labour with James. And that's probably the only time that I just started to burst into tears. And she was like, "Ooh, I think I struck a nerve there." And I was like, "No, it's fine. It's so long ago. It's fine." She was like, "I don't think it is."
Yeah, normally the uncontrollable crying with Joe at a therapist. I'll be honest.
But she did say to me, if you like yoga, and I just stumbled across yin yoga, which is really good for...
Ivy posted some pics on the book club channel.
Yin yoga is really good if you find normal yoga is just a bit too quick. With yin yoga, you sit in the poses for like 4 or 5 minutes, and it really gets into the deep tissues. So if you have stiff joints, yin yoga's really good. And that's when she said, I've completely forgotten the name of it, but she said there's a type of yoga that if you've stored trauma in the body, it can help you let go of it. And it sounds really out there. She made sense of it when I was talking to her. But she said that actually women, almost every time they have a baby, have stored trauma in the hips because it's your pelvis that moves a lot anyway, growing a baby and all that. But typically our culture, or what it used to be, it's a bit bullyish. A lot of the time women that go into hospital to have their babies, they feel a bit bullied by the midwives.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, ooh, maybe.
C'était possible.
Yeah. Because with Ben, I was such a pain in the ass with Ben, but it was definitely my labour, and we're doing this my way. And that was textbook. To quote, I had a textbook labour. I should have gotten her to write that down and sign it.
Just your certificate.
Yeah, for your textbook labour.
What colour is his groin robe? This model is going to be a twat to paint. I can just tell.
So I might research that.
We're getting a nice clean pink on.
Is it right that the colour orange is in pink?
It is 2 weeks away from completion, but it is coming together nicely. Actually, the twins and Anna will go away for the weekend so I can move minis there.
Amazing.
Ah. That's a good way to do it.
That sounds cool, man. Chat, there's only 75 members to go in 5 minutes. We have done worse.
Just 75 members to go. No, it doesn't fit. Too many syllables.
Time to roll up the wee lad in the arm brace holding a teddy to tap the pussy, but I mean, mate. I thought after the membership fails last week, people were coming with some vigour.
Last pieces of furniture arriving on Wednesday.
Amazing. Can't wait to see it finished, dude. Thank you. Dedicated hobby spaces are great.
Especially when the kids are really young. Because you just can't. There's no way. When the boys were toddlers, I could have just left my knitting on the side.
Yeah. Morty, thank you for the 1 gifted. Christopher Sandler, PlayStation Gossip, thank you for the 1 gifted. Come on, team. There's enough of you, we can do it. One final late surge.
How nice was it waking up this morning and it was cold outside? Ah, finally, the temperature is coming down.
I'll drop some more if you tell me the battle box dice size and token set for game and army. # Great Hall Complete Bundle _ Sajo.
Rajan, thank you for the 1 gifted. The dice size is 16mm that we sell. The token set depends on what army you want to play. It's kind of more up to you. What army do you want to play, Kuni? Also, being in bed when it's cold is great, right?
Yeah,
And being snuggled down when it's cold is great.
yeah.
And the morning when it's cold and you're still tucked in your bed and you've got a little cold nose is great. And then when you get out of the bed, it fucking sucks. And it ruins it all. Captain Rex, thank you for 5 gifted. Alex, you fucking legend. Thank you for the 1 gifted membership, you hero. Captain Rex, thank you so much for 5, man. You're a gentleman. I know we're all a bit poorer, but how are Luce and I supposed to afford our caviar? Have you ever had caviar?
No.
No, neither have I. It's not something I've ever had the urge to try.
No, it looks a bit gross.
Thank you so much, you all. I don't think armies just tell me, damn it. I mean, I'm trying to. Are you going to come play Warhammer? Yeston's just made me orgasm.
Why?
Yeston, thank you for 50 gifted memberships.
That's too much.
It's too much, but I will say I'll take it right now. Oh, that's wrong.
What's your hope?
Oh, that's wrong. My hope is I can fix this fucking tracker. There we go. What do I hope for Yeston? I never know whether I should go down the route of Joe hopes, which are absurd, or loose hopes, which could come true. Or maybe somewhere in between.
Yeah, do like a hybrid. So, I hope the next time a seagull tries to steal your sausage roll, it actually takes the wrapper and recycles it appropriately.
Oh.
Might as well until the end of the month. Still boycotting any stream involving Joe.
Yeston's on a Joe boycott.
Why?
Because he didn't give them the promised fire stair dress up.
Oh, I see. Okay. Wait, hang on. I tuned in. He was wearing some kind of fancy dress.
It wasn't effort, was it? That wasn't effort. A shit wig which we didn't even dye the colour of it.
Oh, I didn't see the wig.
And then he wore a muscle top that wasn't even correct. And then he fucking...
Why wasn't it correct?
Because it was just some shitty fucking terrible... Like the person who made that muscle top has never seen muscles before in their life. No nappy. Fire stairs wear big nappies.
Why? Why do they wear nappies?
Well, they don't wear nappies. They wear like togery things, but they look like nappies.
Okay.
It was just an absolute lack of fucking any kind of real effort, to be fair. Thank you so much, Yeston, anyway. And then thank you, Cooney, for coming in with 20 gifted memberships. 20, Luce.
No, it's hobby night.
You just did a hope for Yeston.
No, that was an example for you.
Cooney, you shouldn't have done that, mate. Yeston, you also shouldn't have done that. I appreciate you both. But you both shouldn't have done that. This pink's getting really nice. I'm actually quite liking it. I'm actually really liking it, chat. Oh, we're at 9 o'clock as well. I need to stop. I've got to stop as well because I've got to run an errand before I go to the gym.
What's the errand?
I've got to give the carpeting sample books back to the carpenter person. I'm sure they've got a better name than that.
What now?
Yeah, well, he only lives around the corner. So he asked if he could have the
okay.
sample books back because he got to see a customer. I've had them for like over a week. And I said, yeah. And I said, do you want it tonight or tomorrow? He's like, tonight would be great. I was like, okay, I'm going on air. I go to the gym afterwards. So oh, no, don't worry about it then. It can wait till tomorrow. I was like, you live around the corner. You live in Camwell.
Okay.
So I'm like, at that point, I might as well just drop it round. Otherwise, in the morning, I'll have to think about getting it to him before he starts work. And I'm less keen on that one.
Yeah.
I'll be honest. Right, chat, we started layering the pink on. Look at this. It's a lovely, vibrant, bright pink at the moment. I'm really enjoying it, actually. It's quite a nice colour to paint. Despite the fact there's lots of meticulous levels. So I need to get in there and tidy up all the black at the moment. Again. But I'm actually really enjoying it. It's a lovely colour. Look at that pinkness.
Oh.
So, yeah, that's how far we've got today. This is one where I will continue. And someone asked how Archaon's going. I did, in fact, stick him on his base. He's a pretty big boy, this one. Look at that. Before he's got his wings and his head on.
You could just go dunk.
So we got him on. which I said I would do before this stream.
You know how car chassis get their paint job when they roly-poly in the paint?
Yeah.
You should roly-poly it.
I don't think I should roly-poly it. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't have an upcoming stream for Mr. the Cooney, so I can't donk you in there. Anyway, you guys have been amazing. Thank you so much. You need a big shot glass. Give me a big shot glass, right? A big old shot glass. Have you made notes of what you've used? I used to be really bad at recording it when months later it was a guessing game. No, but they're on the table right now. So once I'm happy with the pink, I will then write the recipe down on the off chance that I change it. But they're literally on my desk in order of what I've used. And I have really useful pads and I write down my paint schemes. My really useful pads. Really useful. Really, really useful. So yeah.
Are they really useful?
They're fucking useful. That's why they're called really useful paint glasses. Really useful notepads. You're amazing, you humans. Thank you so much. A big shout out to Yeston and Cooney right at the end there. But thank you to everybody who gifted and thank you for everybody who super chatted. You're all amazing humans. Like I said, we love you. You're incredible. We have Liam and Joe show tomorrow. And I'm thinking about doing some hobbying on the Liam and Joe show instead of a sit and talk. Because I've got the urge right now. So let me know what you think. In the evening, we have a live game of Warhammer to 40k. It is me versus Paddy, and I am thinking about taking Ultramarines because we've not seen Brom for a while, so tribute to our Brom.
Yeah.
Wednesday night, we're then back with the Warhammer show at 7:30. I kind of really want to keep painting.
Do you want to do a painting show then?
I might do.
Because I'm not gonna lie to you. I haven't finished my top yet, and I need to start Ben's jumper, and then I wanted to do some fluffy socks. I am well behind schedule.
I'm not against some more painting on the stream because I'm enjoying it. I actually really want to at the moment is the big thing. Thursday we then come back with the normal Liam and Joe show, another live game in the evening, and then Friday is After Dark at 9 o'clock. There we go. I'm sure you want to pass on your usual message before we say goodnight.
Best chat.
Best chat. You people are absolutely incredible. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. Please let me know. And like we said at the start, second I end the stream, stick a comment in for us. Super helps the algorithm. It's going to start bypassing this AI nonsense which has been causing us problems. So please, have you seen the new Terminator box? Yes, that's what we will talk about tomorrow with Joe. I have opinions. You're amazing humans. Have a wonderful rest of your night. Think about me as I go and hurt myself in the gym. And I will see you all tomorrow for the Liam and Joe show. If not, we'll see you in the next one.